it's Gabriella, aka Ella, with Being Type 1, and I'm doing a little update. I got out of the hospital today, and I went into DKA 2 weekends in a row, and I believe the source is some sort of infection. So now we're doing antibiotics, and then we're also changed my at-home regimen to a little bit more of supportive, like, fluids. So, first thing I have to do is every night I have to spike my fluid bag because I have to run D5, which is dextrose, 5 LR, which is lactated ringers. So it's like 5% dextrose per 1,000 ml, which is 1 liter basically. And then it's also like lactated ringers. Lactated ringers is very similar to normal saline. But for people, my doctor chooses LR instead of normal saline because for type 1s that are so brittle and are prone to acidosis, it's better to use LR. It's basically IV Gatorade. So, what I have to do is to get this antibiotic in. It's, the medication's like a powder in here, and then it's like a mini bag here. So I feel like just literally like crack it, like break it like that. Then I squeeze a whole lot in there. And then it's like mixing. It's kind of like a different but similar version of glucagon. So now that I've gotten a liquid in there, now I want to get the liquid out. And make sure I got all that mud nice and in there. And one more squeeze, and one more squeeze out. And then there we go. And you just want to like give it a little shake. Then you're going to need to spike your bag. At this point, you really need to be pretty conscious about sterility. So I'm going to go ahead and just sanitize really quick. And then I'm going to get my tube set. And this tubing is on Gravity. There are a couple different options, but I really like this setup because it doesn't require an IV pump and it doesn't beep. For those of us who've spent lots of time in the hospital, we can't stand beeping. Okay, so the easiest way to do this is I just kind of hold like this. I go ahead and I pull it, and then I pull off the cap, and then this is called spiking the bag. Spike it up, and then I go ahead and clamp that. And this are garbage. So then I'm going to put my bag up on my pole. So we're just gonna put it up here on the pole. Okay, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm going to prime, because you really don't want air going into your port, because that could cause an air embolism, and that's really bad. Okay, so I'm just going to be watching for just drip, drip, drop. We're almost just about there. So ready, drip, drip, drop. Okay. So now I'm going to go ahead and take my flush. I'm gonna undo this. Then I have to go ahead and grab a alcohol swab. Then untwist this. And then scrub the hub. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So they've actually proven that 10 seconds is more effective than 15 seconds per my vascular access nurse infusion or home infusion nurse specialist, who's like part of the Vascular Access Association. So now I'm just going to connect it. I'm going to undo my stat lock. Then I'm going to give it a pretty hard flush. And it does taste like crap. And I just want to do a quick check for blood return. Yep, there it is. Oh, I hate that feeling. Then I'm going to go ahead and grab another alcohol swab, peel it, go ahead and get rid of this, make sure I'm clamped, and then just give it another good scrub. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and undo the little cap on the end of my tube, connect to my port, just make sure it's in there really good. Hold on, this one's a little bit weird. Okay, I'm going to open my clamp. I'm going to open this clamp, make sure we're on all go, and then give the bag a little squeeze. And there we go. I'm running my IV doxycycline. So doxycycline is, they use it a lot in people with like acne a lot. So it helps my skin clear up and just prevent this like skin infections kind of thing. Because I'm very prone to infection because of my weakened immune system. This is all garbage, so I will need to throw that away. So that's pretty much most of my nighttime routine. As soon as my IV doxycycline is done, which will take about an hour, as soon as that is done, then I have to go ahead and switch over to my D5LR, which I run at about 125 all night while I go to sleep. The next thing I have to do is go ahead and check my blood sugar. I'm currently wearing an Animas One Touch Ping. So let's see if we can get blood return. Oh! Yep, we got it. Okay, so now I'm just going to check my blood sugar. And we'll wait together and find out what it is. 241. So, that is pretty far off from Dex. I've been wearing this Dexcom for way too long. It's definitely time to change it out. But I'm going to go ahead and bolus. So I hit OK. It thinks for a second. And then it's thinking, so I'm going to do Easy BG. Thinking for a second, just press OK because it already has my number entered in there. And then it says BG 1.75, no ILB, so the total comes out to 1.75. So I just enter in 1.75. Okay. Yep. And hit go. And then it sends the message to my pump and goes like, hey, deliver some insulin, man. So that's doing that. I can go ahead and pull out the strip and then put that in my waste pile. The next thing that I have to do, oh, low cartridge. It's okay. To make sure all that bolus went through though. Whew. Yep. Okay. So now, next thing I have to do is get my Phenergan ready. So, here's a trick for nursing students. Ready? Bust through. Sometimes it can be hard, especially if you have gloves on, to try to like peel the wrapper. But a really cool nurse taught me that trick. So then you want to cycle the syringe a little bit. Go ahead and flip the flip top like that. Then, even though it's technically sterile and you typically don't have to do an alcohol scrub, it's still smart to, just because it you can never be too good on infection control. So then, do that, pull off my top, inject 1 ml of air into the 1 ml of the vial, pull out 1 ml. Yes, Dex, I hear you. It's the Dexcom alarming that my blood sugar is a little bit high. So yep, that's pretty much how it goes. Yep, I'm just gonna push that up. And you wanna, you don't wanna prime out the needle because you're wasting some medication. So you just wanna prime up to just about the meniscus. And so just like where it's perfectly, you can see that perfect little bubble. You wanna pull down just a tad. Okay, so I'm gonna screw this back on. And then what I'm gonna need to do is take a flush. and I will waste about a couple ml. So cheers. Cheers a little more. Okay. Then I untwist this. And then, oops, nope, I didn't mean to do that. Just that I'm going to dismount this cap. And I'm going to pull back on here a little bit. And then I'm just going to literally just put the fender again in the flush. And then this cap is done. And then, so yep. And then I'm just going to unscrew that because it's sterile to sterile. I'm going to go ahead and unscrew that. And then screw that onto the flush just to keep it capped. And then I want to make sure I get all my medication. And so then I'm just going to, again, line up the meniscus, swirl it around. And then as soon as my IV doxycycline is done, I will go ahead and push this. And then I'll hook up to my lactated ringers, and then I have one final set of pills that I have to take, and then I can go to bed. Thanks for watching. Any questions, comments, feel free to shoot me an email, leave a comment below, or from me on Facebook. I'm Ellen Grace. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you learned something new, found this interesting, and have a great night.